Hello there guys and welcome back to That Anxious Gamer. Today we're going to be doing a live reaction video for Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. They're having a new showcase just out now and yeah, I'm jumping right into it. So I paused this just for a little bit to give us a bit of buffer, but we're going to be jumping right into it. With less than 40 seconds to go before this comes out. As you can see from the chat on the right hand side, the showcase is still going up. I wanted to buffer it for a minute or two in advance, just so we don't have any problems or spoilers. But yeah, we're getting right into this live reaction video for the Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon showcase. I'm very excited for this game. I'll definitely be playing day one. I'll definitely be making content for this game day one. Let's get right into it. We got 10 seconds. You're going to be seeing all of my reactions, a total live reaction here. Yeah, so let's get into this right now. Let's see what's going to happen. So I've definitely deliberately tried to keep my knowledge of this game kind of to a low amount so I can get the full wow factor.
Wake the dog up.
Handler Walter verified. Activating cerebral coral control device.
I definitely feel like just in terms of the like cutscene quality, guys, I mean, we are not seeing like a Bethesda level cutscene here, but the actual like in space, guys, I'm a big space fan. It looks pretty cool. Let's keep going. As you can see, the chat is going absolutely hog wild. They are going crazy. Okay, feed the fire. What's that about? I'm excited, guys. I'm absolutely very excited for this game. I can't believe we're this close to the game coming out. And yeah, I'm just really pumped. Let the last cinders burn. Fires definitely pull you back to Dark Souls, guys. Let's think it's some bonfires.
C4621 has awakened.
Okay. So I don't know if this is like single player footage, guys, or if this is like going to be some multiplayer footage too, because like I'm really excited for the multiplayer and like PvP battles. So you'll definitely be getting a lot of guides for that. Like I said, visual fidelity, I definitely think we're not at a we're not at a Blizzard level here. Not even at what I would consider like a really high top tier level, but we're decent. We're definitely okay. You know, it's the visuals are engaging, but they're just not like cutting edge. By the way, I'm playing the trailer at 1080p, the highest resolution that they have for this live trailer. Okay. Ooh, okay. It looks like that looks like a PvP battle, guys. It looks like there was some definitely like an electronic charge that went off for the field there. Very cool.
One of the infamous Handler Walter's hounds. Interesting.
Handler Walter.
You ready to climb the wall?
Call sign Raven. Priority subject for termination. High on the list.
Okay, so it looks like we're getting some sort of like lightsaber. That's cool, guys. So we obviously got like lateral dashes that can go on. Now I'm assuming some of this content definitely looks like it's from single player because you're going against like big bosses. But I think there's cuts from multiplayer too, because sometimes you see mechs fighting other small mechs. So I think maybe we're getting some PvP footage.
How far they can fly. On borrowed wings.
The lighting looks incredible, guys. I think definitely if you're going to be getting some August 25th, guys, if you're getting HDR in this game, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, so okay, let's look at what they're actually going to be talking about in the showcase. So
Welcome
now that we got
the Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon showcase. Today we'll be sharing an in-depth look at the features of Armored Core 6, live gameplay from some very special guests, and our first ever live showcase of the game's exhilarating PvP mode.
Oh, we're talking PvP, guys.
In the studio, we have Oroboro,
Fighting Cowboy,
and
one of my,
staff of
oh
Armored
my
Core
god.
We'll be
Fighting
joined
Cowboy
by
legend,
Oroboro
guys.
by VAATI, and off stream we have Zentrea, who will be streaming during today's program.
Okay.
Before we dive in, let's take a look at our schedule for today to see what's in store. To set the stage, we'll begin with discussion around the story of Armored Core with Vati. Next, we'll undergo some training with some experienced Armored Core pilots. And last up, we'll enter the combat zone with our first look at PvP before hearing everyone's final impressions.
Oh, I'm excited.
Stay with us and enjoy the show.
I definitely feel the host is a little bit like nervous, but definitely, guys, I am pumped. We're gonna be seeing Fighting Cowboy. We're gonna be seeing PvP gameplay. This is very exciting to me, guys. I'm really pumped up about this. Okay.
Hello and welcome, Vati. We all know you are a FromSoft expert. How do you think Armored Core 6 appeals to From Software fans, old and new?
Yeah. First off, thank you for having me. I hope the event goes well. I saw you have some PvP coming up, so I'm really excited for that. But
yeah, we all are.
In terms of how it appeals to old fans, I guess there hasn't really been a new Armored Core game for 10 years now. So I think old fans are in for big changes to the combat, and obviously the graphical fidelity of the game is much better.
Definitely.
Software have obviously learned a lot in the last 10 years.
10 years is a long time, guys.
But I think old fans in particular will be drawn to the assembly aspect more than anything else, because even in this game, you can still fundamentally change your mech on such a core level, and they'll probably recognize a lot of the specs involved as well. And I think they'll sort of have a leg up on the competition in that regard. But I hope new fans...
Man, Vati's home setup look awesome, dude. Look at that wood. Look at his keyboard.
It's obviously very different from something like Elden Ring, but it still feels like a From Software game, you know?
Yeah, I'm excited, guys. I mean, it's Elden Ring, but it's different. It's FromSoft, but it's in a new gear. I'm excited, guys.
Gives you the tools you need to succeed. So, yeah, I think a lot of people
we're going to be doing a lot of assembly, guys.
Just on the reputation of From
the
Software
assembly building is going to be so
I hope
cool.
they do.
Oh, I'm trying it. We are all in.
Excited about it. All of that sounds very exciting for me.
It is.
From both the new and returning fans of the series, the announcement trailer was certainly a surprise at the Game Awards. So let's take another look.
Okay, so we basically they're looking like they're going through the announcement trailer. I think let's skip past this little part since I have a little bit, because the announcement trailer, I think most of us have probably already seen it, so I'm gonna just skip past that little piece here and let's see what
that, you know, the internet at large didn't really notice. But a lot of stuff in that trailer definitely is more recognizable now, for sure. You can see a lot of bosses from the early parts of the game.
Yeah, I'm excited for the bosses, guys.
Voltaeus, and also the big helicopter boss from Mission 1.
Oh my god.
The most interesting thing, I think, in that trailer is the AC that's fighting during it. Oh, no, that's a different trailer, actually, I think. No, this is the trailer. There's an AC that's fighting in that trailer, and I think its name is Nightfall, and I think it might also be the main character of that trailer, and the main character on the box art as well.
I like how his sweater has, he has a fire Rubicon sweater.
See that character in Mission 1 as well, so people should probably look out for that. And yeah, it's cool to look back and notice all these little things.
That sounds really exciting because all of that insight, I'm sure people are going to go back and rewatch the trailer because of what you said right now, Vati. I love that.
I feel bad for the hostess because she's doing a great job, but you can tell she's really nervous.
FromSoft is really going to make us cry about robots, aren't they? I like that.
Yeah.
Just in case
I think it's going to be an emotional game.
Take another look.
And now I'm not sure which trailer they're showing, so let's take a look at this and see what we're going to be doing. One thing I think FromSoft always does good, guys, is I think their voice acting is always really good, and it's atmospheric but minimalistic. Minimalistic but atmospheric. So I've never played an Armored Core game, guys, so this is going to be like my first experience. I've been, like I said, trying to keep myself a little bit out of the loop so that I can be excited when this game launches and learn with you guys. But I have looked up some stuff. Okay.
This one is functional, but don't expect much more.
I'm not here to talk. Wake it up.
Interesting. This definitely reminds me that we're going to be looking at single player boss gameplay. I mean, this looks very trailerless. This looks like everything that's basically a pre-render cutscene. I don't think this is really any major gameplay here. Okay, that was a little anticlimactic, to be honest. Like, I don't think there was anything really that noticeable there. You know, of course, there's going to be like super fans that go over every little piece. I think that honestly, the sound is what I'm noticing to be the best. But in terms of this cutscene, I think this is kind of like all pre-rendered footage. Yeah. Okay, I think we've basically seen the end of that. Let's see what Vati is going to say about it. And then basically cut into the meat of this. Okay, yeah, I think this is just all pre-rendered cutscene. Let's scrub this a little bit here. I want to see what Vati
What are some
says.
final thoughts you have on Armored Core 6?
So I think I'm just really glad that Armored Core 6 encouraged me to play all of the older games, because it made me realize I'm just so into this. I'm so into this process of sort of fine-tuning your mech to be perfectly suited for the missions. And
Yeah, that I'm excited about, guys. Like,
and
absolutely
it's just
min-maxing
this
the
really
mechs. I'm
distinct
going to be
vibe
doing a
that
lot of guides.
Armored Core has that I really hope new fans can come in and discover, because
For those of you on my
I think
channel,
a lot of the old fans have been
Mechabellum
talking
also
about this
came out
stuff
this
for a
year.
while, so it'll be
Mech
exciting
games
to
are
see
in for
people sort of
2023.
break into a new genre almost. So I hope Armored Core 6 does well, because
I think it's
even
going to
just
do
because
well.
I want the genre to do well now. Like, I'd love to
Yeah.
see more mech games that let you customize your mech on a deeper level. And from
Look
software,
at-
seem like they're sort
look
of
at
the kings
Mechabellum,
of
guys.
this genre, from what I've seen. So I think Armored Core 6 could really give a boost to that whole scene.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole time you were talking, Vati, I totally agree, especially with your enthusiasm. It sucked in a lot of my community. So we're big fans of your videos and keep doing what we do, because thank you so much, Vati, for joining us and sharing your insights about the world of Armored Core.
Sure, thank you so much. Thank you.
I think that was a great segment. I really like that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I honestly am super pumped for the 25th. We're going to probably be doing a live stream when it comes out, and probably actually going live and covering it on launch day, because I will be home and I will be able to play. We're probably going to be playing like 8 hours that day.
For our pilot onboarding,
Oh, there's
I am
Fighting
joined by
Cowboy.
the experienced
Oh my
Armored
God,
Core
he's
pilots,
huge.
Oroboro and Fighting Cowboy. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Oh man, it's an honor for me to be with you guys. Well, you know, what have been some of your impressions so far of the game?
It's perfect. It's the FromSoft has done it again. Armored Core fans are going to feel right at home. It's so good.
Yeah, I think a lot of the things people are going to notice is that it still feels fresh, but it's very familiar. The level of customization and testing out different leg types and different weapons, and it's very visceral and heavy still, which I think is a big thing that kind of sets Armored Core apart from a lot of other.
So one thing I want to notice, guys, I'm just going to have to say this. This is like one of the craziest things I've ever seen, because look at like the hostess, which is kind of like in a proper dress, you know. We've got Oroboro here, and he's like in a nice shirt, you know, a dress shirt, very, very, you know. And then we got Fighting Cowboy in like pants, literally like, you know, shorts and like a wife beater shirt. This is just one of the funniest things I've ever seen in terms of a launch event. I really, you know, respect Fighting Cowboy. He doesn't give two F's about what people think. Really respect him. Let's keep watching.
You know, mech games. It's fast, but I don't know, it feels good. It's very visceral.
I like that you said heavy. It feels heavy.
Yeah.
Like you can really feel like you're doing some damage in them, right?
Yeah.
So that's really awesome. Today we'll be doing more than just sharing impressions. Let's get into some gameplay. Yeah?
Let's go.
All right.
while Fighting Cowboy gets set up, Oroboro, what would you say are some key strategies that viewers should keep an eye out while playing, Armored Core?
Okay, so the main thing is the mech customization.
Right.
Changing out your parts, your AC, your build, and the biggest thing is the legs. The legs change your gameplay entirely. When you switch your legs, it feels like you're playing an entirely different game.
Okay,
it's awesome.
Legs.
There's
Gotta
a
have
couple
those
different
legs,
types of
guys.
legs. Bipedal are like the standard mech legs that let you move super quick. There's reverse joints, which are really cool. You can jump in the air super high. Quads, or tetrapods they call them in this game, allow you to hover now in the air.
Ooh.
And you can actually rain down like fire
Oh,
upon
I
your
love
foes.
that.
It's awesome. It's so good. And then there's tanks, which of course are just beefy monstrosities. You can't even touch them. They're super tanky, super
Tank
powerful.
build, boys. Tank build.
Cowboy's a big fan of those.
Really?
Yeah,
I can't wait to
Cowboy.
see,
I
Fighting
want to have
Cowboy,
a
so
tank
let's
build.
head over and check him out.
Okay, let's check this out, guys. All right.
Oh, well, what's happening, y'all? My name is Fighting Cowboy. Welcome to Armored Core 6, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of the first missions of Chapter 2, Infiltrate Grid 086. So we're going to go over the assembly I'm running with for this mission briefly. We are working with a pretty well-balanced AC here. We have the Curtis. This is a linear rifle, so it can be charged to do some extra damage. This gives us a little bit of range for targets that are a little farther out. Bringing a Gatling gun, this just gives me being able to take down multiple weaker targets, a lot of good stagger build-up, so it's very consistent.
Interesting.
We have a missile launcher on the back, 10 cell. This is going to
Ooh,
be capable of
missile launcher, guys.
It's a forward-facing missile, so it's pretty consistent to hit targets with. And then we are pulling out the pile bunker. I know a weapon a lot of people have been waiting to see. This thing it hits like a truck. You can charge and do some massive damage.
I love Fighting Cowboy, guys. This is going to be exciting.
Become one of my favorites. Besides that, we're running a pretty balanced loadout here in terms of parts. We are running quad legs, so you get to see some quad legs gameplay. Really nice archetype here because we're able to just kind of hover up in the air, hang above enemies with stuff like the charge shot on the linear rifle. We don't have kickback from that while we're in hover, so that's very nice. And then we have a FCS that is set up for a little bit of missile as well as medium range. And of course we can dive in and we can see that this is basically 130 to 260. So I have a good meter range on enemies. We're going to be also working with assault armor, so you'll see that. But otherwise, let's jump in and sort it.
All right, let's see this mission.
Dialogue here. Don't want to spoil the intros and whatnot.
Yeah, let's skip the dialogue
here, but that's definitely something I want to let y'all discover on your own.
All right, let's get into the gameplay here and see what we think.
Like, this is the same mission that they initially showed off with the very first gameplay reveal we got.
Okay, actually, the in-game visuals I think look better than the cutscenes, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Definitely an interesting combat style for sure. I will say this, I feel like obviously this is the beginning of the game, probably it's not going to have like super hard enemies, but it looks like some of the enemies are kind of like, what would be like in an MMO, like a trash mob. Okay, so you have like anti-missile like warning systems. I like the verticality. I think this feels like it's a very vertical game. But we'll see. Okay, using his Gatling gun
so
there.
A couple more enemies on the radar. If you look at the bottom of the screen there, looks like they may be down below. So we're gonna scan.
I'm not sure where he's talking about the radar. I don't actually see the radar being up on screen. I'm wondering where he's talking about. I guess just like it basically looks like all your enemies are basically auto-targeted. Okay. Obviously, Fighting Cowboy's practice for this mission, so he probably knows where all the enemies are going to spawn at.
The missile locks are incredibly satisfying. So right back here, you can see I have a little thing popping up that says Ricochet. We basically have a effective range on a lot of our weapons. And so if that Ricochet text is showing up, that means you need to be closer to the target to really get the damage that you want to get in.
Okay. So this might be like a mini-boss or something, it looks like. Invincible Lummy. I want to see some more melee attacks, guys. I really like melee.
A full hit with the pile bunker, just so y'all can see exactly what
Yeah,
it
no,
does.
I like this a lot better. Oh yeah, look at that, like the sword. So this reminds me a lot of like an Elden Ring mini boss. I mean, obviously, these aren't like the biggest targets,
So hard, I love that thing.
but definitely fun.
And here the level really opens up.
Okay.
So we could go over there, work our way. There's a whole bridge we could take here. There's some stuff back there. But we're gonna end up doing, there's some MTs we can get first. So let's
Take a look at this.
Get up on them from behind. I'm actually gonna try and, so you can see they're unaware right now. Let's see if I can get all the way up.
Oh, I see. So you can have stealth in this game. You can actually like stealth attack them. Okay, very close, very close. Oh, okay. He's taking some damage. These enemies seem a lot tougher than the ones that have started the video. A lot tougher. Ooh, okay. He's taking some hits. It'd be embarrassing. He probably doesn't want to die on stream.
Missing that one MT. There he is.
Okay. Looks like the AI might have glitched out. Yeah, okay. Whoa.
Just barely missing that.
Look at the light sword there. That's really cool. I want to use melee weapons in this game, guys. They seem so satisfying. All right. Let's watch a few more minutes of this, and then I'm going to scrub. Hopefully, we can look at one boss first. Because I think we're starting to get an idea of what this type of gameplay is going to be.
So definitely looking a little bit rough. We've gone through a lot of enemies so far. AP is pretty low.
Yeah, you are hurt, man.
Cruise along and take out whatever we can.
Okay. I will say this. I think just in the main missions,
Not what I wanted to do.
I think that it's definitely not as... I really like the Elden Ring. I like the that you have to dodge, you have to roll. Like, here you have a lot of mobility. Maybe it's just this mission, but to me, guys, just in the mission structure, before the bosses, it feels like a lot of these enemies are kind of scrub enemies. They feel like MMO trash mobs. So I want to skip over, guys, and I want to get to when we're taking on a little bit of a bigger enemy. So let's scrub this out here a little bit. So I want to be able to experience this mission and have you guys experience the mission.
Officially out of ammo, but that gives me a chance to show off some punching.
Yeah, I want you guys to be able to experience this in person, and I feel like a lot of this is we're seeing pretty much duplicate footage.
So enemies over here. Let's swing back around.
All right, let's skip past this. Let's see if we can get to a boss. This is why I buffered a little bit before I started the video.
See, they were guarding a little chest.
Okay. So there's like inventory looting?
2C 3000 records. So that's just going to be an AC part. And that's one of the really fun things about this is similar to some older entries in the franchise, we're able to find chests in certain levels that will give us parts we can collect.
Okay. So you're collecting parts on the actual ground.
Which is really cool. So coming up on the door, we have a boss, and right before that, we would have a supply Sherpa, which here, if you made it this far, you can go ahead and supply. You'll get all of your health back, all of your ammo. And
so there's kind of like bonfires, very similar to Elden Ring.
Here we are actually going to wrap things up and pass it on to my good friend Oroboro to try and tackle the boss.
Okay, so Oroboro is actually going to be doing the boss. Okay, this is interesting.
Oh man, Fighting Cowboy demonstrated his amazing maneuverability in his AC. I was smiling the whole time. I kind of wanted him to keep going, and I love that he demonstrated like how much you can use that 360 view. Oh, he's here. Welcome back, Fighting Cowboy. I saw you smiling the whole time. I smiled when you smiled, actually.
It's fun. It's hard to not smile while you're playing this.
I can't wait to play because that was fun to watch. what tips do you have for players who might not be used to this 360-degree?
Yeah, let's look at what
So I
Fighting
think a
Cowboy
big thing
6.
with Armor Core is your leg types move very differently. Your reverse joints give you a lot of vertical mobility. Your tetrapods, as you saw, was able to hover in place. The tank might not have mobility, but it's a lot beefier. So I think a big thing with this game is just trying out different parts and finding what works. And
I
one
think
of
I
the
want to
things
do
that's really
tank
nice
build,
is as
guys.
opposed to, like, you know,
That's going to be
respecing in
probably
other
my
games,
first one.
you just buy the parts. So, you know, in that example where I died, if I had gone to assembly, I could have traded out for tank treads and made my character a lot stronger with more defense and then jumped right back in. So it's really about kind of mixing and matching and just...
That is too much fun. That is too much fun. That aspect to me is just, the possibility is endless.
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot you can do in the customization.
And you can, like, I mean, how many, you know, ACs do you have, like, in your arsenal?
Personally, I have like 14 already.
14? Oh, man.
But we haven't gotten into like the meme ACs yet. We're making the fun
No
ones.
memes?
Like the decals,
No
I know that
memes,
there's decals
boys?
there.
Yeah, there's full decal
Meme-made.
colors,
Meme-made.
different, you know,
Number
camos.
one
You
dad
can-
is his
you wanna
shirt.
make
That's
something
so
from
good.
Gundam or Evangelion, go ahead. If you want to make the edgiest, darkest AC, go ahead. The pinkest, brightest AC, go ahead. That's the beauty of this game.
The cool thing is,
Yeah, I
like,
think
you know, they have
definitely the
model
colors
kits
are going to be
too.
cool.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's like some people can emulate their model kits from, you know, Armored Core and bring it to this game. But, you know,
That's cool. I think that's
I
really cool
pretty
about
much
having the model
have a question
kits.
for you. You know, I really want to ask you, what is your favorite legs in the? I really want to know because
Come on, say tanks.
What's your
So
favorite?
Tank legs.
Lately, I've been playing a lot of tetrapods, but I'm a beefy boy at
Okay.
heart, so it's got to be tanks.
I love that.
Yeah, it's gotta be
Thank you
tanks.
so much, Fighting Cowboy. That
Tanks.
was awesome.
Okay.
Well, hopefully our viewers can try out some of those tips at launch.
Okay.
All right, next up, take a look over at Oroboro as he picks up at the start of a boss fight with the Smart Cleaner.
Okay, let's take a look at the boss fight, guys, because I think this type of
Alright, so
game
we're gonna pick
is
up
going to
right where
really
Cowboy
focus
left us
on
off.
boss fights.
Right before the Smart Cleaner boss fight, which I'll be going over in just a second. I just want to say Cowboy did an amazing job. I was on the edge of my seat watching him with 300 AP left.
Yeah, he was kind of low though.
But here we are. I'm going to go into the boss fight and sort of, you know, show you guys what you can expect from Armored Core 6 here.
And you can feel the boss fight is
So
just
I've
like Elden
opted
Ring,
for a
kind of
iPad
what,
with,
kind of
sort
what
of
you're
your
supposed to be
default
going
missiles and
for.
some
You know,
linear rifles,
this is the
dual
real
linear
meat of the
rifles.
game outside of the multiplayer, in
I
my
also have
opinion.
a blade that I can swap to and go in and try to hit him.
So
but
I'm gonna be trying to do
we'll soon
boss guides
discover
too
that
when the
staying
game
close
comes
to
out.
him is a terrible strategy, as he does a
Yeah.
lot of close range damage. You do not want to be close to him ever.
Okay. I love, even though it may not be the most effective,
But
I love the melee weapons. I absolutely love the
we
melee
got that
weapons.
stagger. We'll go in for the melee hit.
Okay. You can stagger and then hit with melee. Very cool. So, I mean, these bosses have quite a bit of health, and it looks like Oroboro's gonna
And he
die.
got us. But
Ooh,
we're gonna
okay.
change the build to adapt to the situation. So
Okay.
I've discovered that there's another lock-on point on top of him there. And,
Okay. So maybe this
I'm
was,
thinking
like,
that might be another weak
pre-programmed.
spot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go
Okay.
into assembly. After you die, you can go to assembly and you can change your mech entirely. So we're gonna switch to
Okay.
the quadrupeds, and change our build just a little bit here, and try to adapt to the situation, which is important in Armored Core. Of course, the developer said you can go in with any mech you like. You can play the entire game. But adapting and changing your build on the fly is a huge
This is
aspect of
cool,
this
guys. This is definitely cool.
we're also going to equip terminal armor, which just in case we die, it actually saves us. So we'll equip that in the expansion slot.
Okay.
So now we've completely changed our mech. We've equipped 2 songbirds, which are grenade cannons, which, as you can see, does a lot of damage here. It's going to be pretty good, I think, for the boss. So let's go
Okay.
back in with our revised mech and see how we do.
Let's see how it is.
New
So,
strategy this time.
so
We're
I
gonna
feel
try to
like that
hover
was
over the boss
pre-programmed for
with
him
the
to
unique,
lose. Like he
aspect
put
I was
a
talking about
build
earlier
that
with the
wasn't very
as you can
ideal,
see,
and then now he's
right
going with an
over his
ideal.
attack,
Oh,
right to his
okay.
weak spot.
Very cool.
Now we still got to be careful because right there, that bleep is the eruption coming out. That means you gotta be quick and you gotta be ready to dodge.
Oh, I like
But we
this,
are
guys.
already
I love the
stunned. So I'm gonna
verticality.
drop down and light him up.
Oh, yeah. So the stagger gauge does so much damage. Like when you stagger them.
The best tip I can give for the Smart Cleaner is stay away. You need to stay away from him. His
Wow.
cleaves, his sweeps are nasty.
Okay.
We'll see about that, Carla. He's getting absolutely annihilated here with our brand new build.
Yeah, so
The stagger. that
this build
we're
is
we're
cool,
pulling
guys.
out
I'm
spots
pumped
is
up. I'm
really
like
good.
absolutely pumped up
But
here.
as you can see,
Oh my
it's close.
goodness, guys. I'm
You
getting
gotta be
pumped for this
careful. And
game.
Actually, we got to back up and conserve our energy because
All
we're
right.
quite low at the bottom there.
Let's see how this goes.
Wow.
Ooh,
All right.
okay.
He's getting angry.
He took a big hit though.
Trying to back up, reposition,
Yeah, trying to get on top of him.
and hover in the air, and then we're gonna try to float over to his weak spot again and light him up. There we go.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! Look at that damage.
Orobo's doing a beastly job here.
This is it. Just destroying in this run. And this goes to show, like, you know,
Adapting.
different ECs can handle different situations a
Ooh.
lot better than.
Damn,
some
he
other
still
builds.
got hurt big time.
So the best advice I can give any Armored Core 6 players diving in is to try to adapt if you're having
Okay.
trouble. Also, we are having trouble. He is
Yeah.
really angry. He does not want me to kill him.
Oh, that would be hilarious if he does
Float up
again.
and try to finish him here. Here we go. We got the stun. We're getting that direct hit damage.
Oh, he's gonna be late to
Oh,
kill.
I went for the finisher. I'm
Yep.
doing it again. There we
Nice.
go. Perfect kick finish.
Well done,
I hope
man.
you
Well
guys enjoyed
done.
that
Yeah, that
gameplay.
was fun, dude. That was
And
fun.
we'll see you soon for some PvP action for World First.
Okay, let's jump to the PvP here.
many
Let's
forms and
Uh-oh, I
ecosystem
think this
members
might
that
be
we
they're
have
gonna
at
cut
ACS.
this guy
So
off. I
our
feel
goal is to
bad.
really try to speak to those things, try to just support from the background and do what we could.
That's amazing. Armored Core Legacy, I hope you guys
Okay,
last forever.
here we go.
And I
Thank
hope
you.
that you grow.
Thank you.
Especially now with this game coming out. We're so glad to have the veterans of the community here with us. That's important.
All right, here
For
we
the
go in the
showcase.
PvP,
And with
guys.
that,
Let's
explain
focus
the
on that.
format of what we will be seeing today.
Let's dive in.
Okay,
In
green
Armored Core
team.
6, you can select from 1v1 or 3v3.
And a 3v3 is a test of endurance with teams earning points over a set time.
Okay.
Today we will be watching a 3v3 with Oroboro and Fighting Cowboy as team captains.
All right.
Each team captain is going to have a Bandai Namco team member as well as an Armored Core Legacy player supporting each captain.
I hope that Fighting Cowboy
Legacy
wins here. I'm
players
rooting
from
for you,
team
Fighting
will be joining
Cowboy.
Oroboro
But we'll
and
see.
Recurit will be on Team Fighting Cowboy.
Right on. I'll tell you what, Fighting Cowboy and Oroboro specifically, we got this kind of bloodbath brewing. You know,
What?
between them, there's this
Ooh.
rivalry. It's
Hold on,
been
hold
hilarious. Look, I've been listening to it all day. The banter in the hall, the banter at lunch, and everything.
Oh, yeah,
These
this
guys
is
are ready to
exciting.
go for
Actually,
each
you
other.
know what? I do remember the story that on social media that they were posting pictures
Yeah, you probably
online.
heard of some of this.
They're trolling back and
the
forth.
trash talk has already started. And this is
You
great.
gotta
We've
have
been
trash
having
talk,
this
man.
conversation.
That's
It's
that's
the same
old
thing. Start
school
before you
gaming,
start
guys.
during,
Trash
right
talk.
after. I can't-
Used to be nobody was scared to say what they were. There was no
This
chat
is
filters.
what we're all waiting for.
It was 100% all in every day.
And obviously, we're doing this today, and I know that there's no PvP online.
Right.
This is the debut.
Oh my
Exactly.
god, the
Yeah.
first
I
PvP.
even watched
This
the
looks
graphics
exciting,
and
guys.
I was like,
This looks so
we're gonna
much
see
better
some
than the
good stuff
mission
today.
structure, to be honest. I
Important
love the
here.
bosses,
There's nothing
but I
to do
love the
with
PvP
everything.
way more. Like what I'm seeing
Everything's
here
good.
looks a lot better than
so
the
excited.
story-based campaign
Oh
structure.
man, I know. Well, I mean, you're
Come
friends
on,
with,
Fighting Cowboy.
Some of the team captains, but
Chang and, you know,
Ooh, looks like Oroboro's cleaning up.
Where things go, we'll see where it takes us. It's hard to pick favorites here, you know.
oh man.
I think
mean,
Oroboro's doing
for-
pretty good.
For PvP in general, what is the most important thing when you're thinking about doing like
Oh,
playing
wow.
with others in Armored Core? What is the most important thing that you would like to tell anyone if they're just starting out and they're playing with their friends?
Yeah,
This takes
when
time.
you get into versus, I'd encourage you, don't let nerves get to you about, I don't have like the meta build of the day, or I'm not using like the main like burn thing, or whatever flavor of the day it is. You know, get in, enjoy your designs. Maybe
Okay.
find something in the missions and PvE you'd like using.
I'm
Get in and use that.
I'm
If it
interested to
doesn't
see
work
this.
for
So
you,
it looks
what's
like
the
there's like a
about? You can come
rebooting.
in,
So
you
it
can
looks
change
like
the
you have like
design,
multiple
customize
lives
and actually
until
go
the
back in and check it out. So
match
really,
ends.
a big part of PvP
That's what it
is
looks like to
getting
me,
in and
guys.
just
I mean, the
engaging
amount of
with people.
explosions, the fast pacedness of it. This feels way more fast paced to me than the campaign structure.
Oh man, look at this.
Well, look at this. We got taking some footage here in the action, in the heat of things. Fighting Cowboy running this tank. He's been an absolute bruiser setting up here. Or trying
He's
to
a
get in
beefy
play.
dude in there.
He is a beefy dude. Beefy dude. I love the beefy dude. If you look at his tank.
Look at that.
Yeah, I love
He
the
wasn't
tank
joking
build.
when he
I
was,
love the
talking
tank build.
earlier.
but I feel like the tank is not doing as well. I think.
We didn't have in the previous 4 games. There is a respawn system, and
Yeah.
there's a point system you see up there that's happening at the top of the screen. Past AC
Okay.
games, if you were out, you were out. That was it. But not here. You get a
Yeah,
timer,
you
and
get
the
like a
longer you stay alive,
respawn.
the more points you're actually worth. We're actually zooming in, going to be looking.
Okay,
at
so
some of
there's
the
like a-
strategies everybody's putting down. Oro going down. After
Oro
putting out
goes
his
down.
soul armor.
So there's kind of a situation of like where you like capture the leader or kill of the leader gives you more points. That's cool.
Like, okay, you think you're playing. I'm
All
not
right.
playing.
We're going to be zoning the strategies that everybody's going to be.
So it looks like Team Alpha is winning by a large margin. I believe the 1,050 versus 467.
Where we were standing with that.
And all the parts that are moving right now, they're controlling every single piece of that.
Exactly. You know, now there is it's important to note, they're not using every single part that's available. There's a list, kind of a can list of parts we can use today, because we can't use everything.
Oh, I see.
But let me tell you what, everyone is putting these to max use as far as their builds. We
Okay.
got lightweights, heavyweights, and everyone's come out with some.
I like the tank
multiple
build. I
things.
like just
Definitely
that
play to some
raw
of the
firepower.
things that are gonna be
But you
happening
can
here.
see the
Right.
Oroboro is
So
going
stagger
for
bar
much
building
more of a
up.
quick.
yeah.
Stagger.
definitely wanna build
Okay,
that
he
stagger.
got
And he
destroyed.
did.
And down.
Oh man, look at him smiling.
And
Look at him.
Fighting Cowboys.
Fighting Cowboy's
so
happy,
good.
man. He's happy.
It's blood in the water.
Oh, they love each other. I'm sure they love each other, right? They love each other.
Well, they lay hate each other on the match.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Gotta
All right,
speak
let's
to
see.
the gameplay loop that happens here. Again, setting up those stuns. You can't.
Okay.
sometimes you're not always
The
in a
match
position
length
to
is
fight.
quite long, guys. I honestly thought the match length would be a little bit shorter, but it looks like we're talking maybe a 10 or 15-minute match, which is really long when you're talking about how fast the gameplay is.
Like Fighting Cowboy here,
This
taking
is
the blade
truly
to behind
chaos.
madness. Even if
Oh
you,
my gosh.
even if you got the awareness and wherewithal to really stay in this, and you can
So I'm
still
kind of trying to
go
see what the win condition is. Like, is it first to 2,000 points? What is it?
He's like,
Or is it just time?
he's
Looks
I
like
gotta
we're
get
running
this
out of
guy.
time.
Fighting Cowboy. Okay. Oh.
Oro taking
Oh.
another down.
Okay.
Alpha team up 17-20, but Beta at 18-24 here. There it
Oh,
is.
man.
There it is. And Fighting Cowboy with the
Wow,
build.
that was
Fighting
intense.
Cowboy won.
That was a
Awesome,
crazy
guys.
Match. Like that's our first PvP match. That's
Man.
All right, so I want to pause it there, guys. I think the PvP was really, really, really good. I'm going to scrub through. I want to see if there's anything else before we conclude this video. I honestly think the campaign, guys, looked pretty fun, but the PvP, in my opinion, was the highlight of the night. Boss fights are going to be great in this game. I do think some of the mission structures, it's going to be kind of going through, beating scrub enemies. It looks like kind of like MMO style, where you're beating a lot of trash mobs, and then the mini bosses and the bosses are kind of the stars of the show. And then obviously the PvP, guys. I feel like the PvP is going to be massive in this game. So let's scrub through, guys. Let's see if we can get anything more before we kind of conclude and sum up, at the end of the video.
Man.
Oh, well, I mean, like, what do you have to say about that? Like, what did you notice about their gameplay and also their, ACs?
Right.
Like, what do you have done differently?
Obviously, definitely. I always say, hindsight's 20/20, right? Or like,
Yes.
backseat piloting, as it were.
Right.
But seriously, obviously, there's a real melee when it comes to PvP. That the chaos of the scene, dealing with things in the moment.
Right.
One thing I did see a lot of is there's a lot of team play. There's a lot of focused
Yes.
targeting. You notice.
So what I noticed, guys, I just want to, because he didn't say really what he had noticed as being a big difference. For me, it looked like Oroboro was going for a much more mobility face build and being able to aggressively position flank, which makes sense. Where Fighting Cowboy, kind of like in real life, he's just this massive tank guy, right? And it looked like he was going for a much more higher firepower, lower mobility build. So I think there's always going to be that little bit of counterplay. This is the same thing like RTS. Oftentimes you have one race that's stronger in a head-up engagement, and another race that can do doom drops, that can do flanks. That's what it looked like we're seeing in Armored Core 6 Files of Rubicon. I really like that as long as it's well balanced. And hopefully they're good on the PvP balance, but we'll have to see that when we actually get into the game. It's hard to say just from a video.
Yes.
When there was a
I
stat
want to scrub forward here a little bit and see if we have anything else of note.
hell on everybody.
They're taking advantage of that 360 view. Like, look at that.
Okay, it looks like they're doing one more PvP match.
In a pan of our team, Fighting Cowboy.
Look, play. It feels weighty. it feels
There's weight and
amazing.
heft to your AC,
Yes.
and there's just that chunkiness to everything you're doing. So Fighting Cowboy taking advantage of the new feature of quads here. If you're a quad fanatic like myself, I love quad gameplay. Quads have become super aerial now. Fighting Cowboy just taking this position. The aerial assault, notice just raining down hell on everybody.
They're taking
Okay,
advantage of
definitely
360.
different builds this
Look at
time.
that.
Fighting Cowboy is definitely more of a mobility build this time, where before it was way more of a tank build, way more slow with heavy firepower.
Running dual back cannons instead of those dual rockets. He's got the dual laser cannons. Anybody remember in Armored Core 4? I'm thinking of the Sirius. So fantastic combo to set up the field. Huge damage. And speaking of huge damage, look at Cleric.
Cleric is popping off right now.
He is trying to use that barrier, using that
But
pulse
you always
barrier.
have to keep in mind of like how much you're using it. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Looks like the one team, the green team versus the purple team, is up by a large margin, 592 to 108.
But no, you know, he can rise back up. Oro definitely does. We've
Okay,
seen
let's
it
take a look at
do it
this.
before, but this is an epic battle right now. Epic battle.
It is a back and forth. You've got, and check this out again. There's another Cowboy is taking advantage, getting right back in.
I love some of the effects, but I will say, guys, like, this is going to be very, very, very hard to, like, you're going to have to really learn to deal with this pace, because this feels a lot faster paced than Dark Souls games, and probably still faster paced than even Elden Ring, which I think Elden Ring was probably the fastest FromSoft game. But yeah, this gameplay is very, very fast paced.
Sometimes that can make you a sitting duck. Check this out. Whoa.
Everything moves so fast as well.
Yeah, it is very fast
So you got
paced.
to be thinking fast as well.
You do. Not just
I
with your own
don't think this
machine,
is going to
but
be
also
newbie
trying to
friendly
coordinate
of a
the
game
best
at all,
with
to
your
be
team,
honest
with
with you
your team.
guys. Like, you know, they're trying to put it out as it being like, oh, it's easy to get into this game. I don't think that's going to be the
And
case.
once
I
the
think it's
game
going to
comes
take
out,
some
you already
serious
know.
time
People
to
are
get
just
into
taking
this game.
advantage of all the customizable pieces that they can do in AC, with their AC.
Oro taking his
Okay.
down after trying to reorient. No dice. And again,
man.
notice you cannot use anybody who was worried about the whole repair kit
Right.
deal. That's in PvE. You cannot use those in PvP. So you have to deal with the set of AP that you've got set up here.
There's
Okay,
only
that
so
makes
many
sense. I
slots.
think repair in
Anything could happen.
PvP would be
Alpha team
terrible.
with a huge jump, going up to 1192.
Yeah. Alpha is by a large margin now. Which it looks like it's Fighting Cowboys team again. It looks like they're really doing well.
I think so.
In this
But
story.
he's smiling the whole time,
In
so
this
he's definitely a
story.
villain.
He's loving it.
Oh man, look at those rocket cannons on his shoulder, man. That is so cool. I'm getting more and more pumped about this game. I can't wait till the 25th. That's only 7 days away, guys.
Or how he likes his ACs, you know? He doesn't play around.
He does not.
No.
Yeah, I just feel like Fighting Cowboys team is doing quite a bit better.
Look at this.
Enemy
the
destroyed.
color scheme
Wow.
on his AC.
Yeah, his color scheme is really cool. We're definitely going to get some neon. We're definitely going to get some cyberpunk builds, some 80s theme builds. I'm really excited, guys. I'll try to do a guide on that. Do some like, you know, samurai build or something like that. I really like the melee weapons in this game. I don't know what it is about it, but they just feel super satisfying, even though it probably isn't the strongest.
Fighting Cowboy, fight for his life
he's
here,
taking-
popping that pulse, getting back in the air.
Yeah, it looks like he... I don't know. He might not have... Oh, that was great.
Personal now. It's
Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Fighting Cowboy's a beast.
Oh, and Cowboy taking the down.
Aw.
I know Oro's got to be enjoying that.
Okay.
My God.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, the amount of like effects on this game is insane.
High test, but beta team still trying to swing back here at 10:44 over to Alpha teams.
I think Alpha Team's got this locked in the bag, guys.
Low AP, 1558. Gonna do what
But
he
we're gonna
can
see.
with this last bit of AP. We got 15 seconds in the round. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
with this
he's
hustle.
destroyed.
Oro going down.
Ooh.
Obviously, his core expansion being used. The rest of his team trying to pull together here. There's 5 seconds.
So
Last
when
5
one of you
seconds.
goes down, then you can basically do a 3v2. So you really have to play as a
It is
team here.
over. Finished.
Oh,
Fighting Cowboy wins again. Oh, the trash talk's gonna be real, guys.
There it is. And
All right, let's scrub through this, guys. I think we're probably getting near the end here.
Core games. Check this out. This new MG is an absolute stagger machine.
I love the Gatling guns. Look at that.
And not just the Gatling
wow,
guns, we
this
got
is
dual
totally
grenade launchers
different.
rolling all over the
Right.
place. These grenade launchers are a callback to the GLL. Those of you who played Armored Core Nexus era, the light grenade launcher.
Oh,
but
this
it
is
still means
so
business. It
cool.
shoots,
Like, look at this
3
map. Now we
grenades
got
per
like
ball. So if you
a
can
winner
pull out
map.
somebody, you can get 6 grenades off.
And he's
causing
playing like a
the
tank
same
build this
stun.
time,
We're
Oroboro,
gonna
which
see
is
what
really
can
cool.
happen coming from Oro here.
And look at them utilizing the whole map here.
Taking
I like
advantage of-
this.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
look at
turn
that.
speed with the tanks. And Oro snapping off those grenade
Okay.
shots. Recentering himself, using that quick boost very, very well, but taking a ton of damage and punishment
Yes.
himself.
Yeah, he got whacked
Sometimes you can
big
go
time.
overboard with
You
that
can
too.
you can overcommit. You can
Right.
overcommit. Too easy to do. Too easy to do. And I understand in the whole melee.
Especially when you're in it. I've noticed that I've done that too, but there's always be
Okay, I
mindful
like the
of it.
different maps, guys. I do like the different maps. I don't want to basically make this video too long. I think we can definitely... All right, guys, let's do a summary. Let's wrap this up. What do I think about the game? I think that the game looks really incredible, especially in the PvP component. What I would say, guys, is I think that this is going to be a hard entry curve for anybody looking to get into PvP. I think it's very, very fast-paced. This is faster paced than any of the Dark Souls game, that's for sure. Probably faster paced than even Elden Ring, which Elden Ring was a huge step up over Dark Souls 1 and 2. Dark Souls 3, it's maybe like 10 or 15% quicker. So you're going to be fighting in really fast-paced combat. So if you're coming from like an FPS background, this may be more natural to you. But definitely from Dark Souls or Elden Ring, this is going to seem really, really fast. What do I think about the actual in-game missions? I think the missions are kind of meh. Now, maybe they're going to kind of hide some of the cooler enemies later in the game. But honestly, the kind of scrub mobs, the mobs that were just there, they look like MMO trash mobs. Honestly, it feels like in the actual story segment, a lot of the game is about mini bosses and bosses. That's not too different than, Dark Souls and Elden Ring, but I do believe that the game is weakest part is the mission structure, because I do think it feels a little bit more linear, and it feels like a lot of the actual, smaller enemies before the mini bosses and main bosses just don't pop. They honestly don't really engage me. I just got to keep it 100 here. I got to keep it honest. I think that was by far the weakest part of the game. I think that the bosses looked awesome. I think the bosses look really awesome. So if you're looking for like mini bosses and epic bosses, we're going to be doing some guides for that. I think it looks really good. But I really believe this game is going to be, the heart and soul of it is going to be the PvP. I think the mission-based structure is going to be fun. I think it's going to be good. I think we're going to have some really noticeable bosses. But I do feel like the best that we have seen is in the PvP. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to get this out to you really quick, right after we actually saw this trailer and kind of see a lot of elements. And hopefully this gives you an idea of if you want to purchase the game. I'm definitely going to be purchasing the game on day one. But I can see how some people, if they're going just for more of a campaign-oriented experience, may have a different thought process. So I hope this helped you guys. Hit that like, hit that sub button, and I will see you guys in the next video.